This video is sponsored by Justy Guide, AI agents to help your immigration process simple, faster, and accessible for everyone.
Hi everyone, this is Elizabeth Maruyama from AVA Immigration again. Today we with one of our guests, our special guest, Case Champacheen, or is my mom coworker, and she is so inspiring a lot of Thailanders who want to work in the US. So today we're going to talk about her experience, and also her sacrifice about testing NCLEX and how to become the nerd in the US. Hi Kes, welcome to our channel
Hi.
and welcome to our channel. And today we really glad to have you here today. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Um, First of all, สวัสดีค่ะ. Thank you, May, for inviting me to share the experience on your video today. I am Kate. I have been working as a behavioral health registered nurse in Banner Behavioral Health Hospital, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I moved from Thailand to America in 2019. And I first started working in Med-Surg Hospital in Florida for a year and a half before I moved to Arizona. And I have been working in behavioral health hospital for 2 years
Oh,
already.
yes. And how you like the
Yes.
job? How you like the nerd job in the US?
Yes, definitely. I can say that I love mental health. I love behavioral health hospital. I had been working in Med-Surg totally about 13, 14 years before I
14
switched
years.
to another
Mm-hmm.
chapter in mental health. Yes, I think I
Oh,
love it.
yeah. So
Yes,
you
we'll talk
are
about that later. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. You really inspire me
Yes.
about this. I have a lot of question. Every time I have a question, I got to call her and then like asking her what we do with this state, what we do with this state.
Yes.
Everyone have their
Yes.
own story about mental health. So I really aware that this is an important word. So that's why we have you here today. So can you tell us a
Okay.
little bit how did your journey in this field begin? Uh, I know you've been a nurse in Thailand for 14 years, right? That's what I'm understanding. But how
It's
did
about
you
13. Yeah, 13
13
years.
years? Yeah, can you tell us a little bit how about your journey in these fields begin?
Well, date back to 2006. That's the year
Mm-hmm.
I graduated from nursing school in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
In my hometown. And after I graduated, I start right away working in Med-Surg Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a long journey that everybody knows that nursing job is not that easy. When we
Yes.
graduated, we supposed to landing in the medical field, surgical field, or bedside nursing care. And I had been working as a bedside nursing
Mm-hmm.
for 13 years before I moved
Wow.
to Bangkok after I passed the NCLEX in 2019.
Yes, but I did see that you have been working with U.S. Embassy, U.S. Consulate in Bangkok,
Oh
Thailand
yes,
before?
yeah, after I passed the NCLEX and I moved from my hometown to Bangkok in 2017, and I had
Yes.
a chance to get a job as a registered nurse in medical unit, U.S. Embassy,
Uh-huh.
and I was working there for about 2 years, and then my visa, employment-based visa for registered nurse has been approved in 2019, and then I
Yes,
moved
can
from Bangkok to US.
I gonna go back to work from the hospital and compare with work in the registered nurse in U.S. Embassy. Do you feel something like you gain for work in a uh regular hospital and then you become to work inside the U.S. consulate in Bangkok,
US
Thailand?
Embassy.
Yes, I mean it's kind of a little bit of different of routine. That's what I'm seeing. But can you share
Mhm.
experience about that a little bit?
Yes, the job description and the work environment is totally different
Mm-hmm.
because the nursing job in the hospital that I was working before the U.S. Embassy is a totally bedside nursing as
Mm-hmm.
secondary and tertiary care.
Mm-hmm.
But the nursing job in U.S. Embassy, it's considered as a primary health office. Yeah, we
Okay.
just provided the nursing care and interventions,
Mm-hmm.
same as the scope of primary health unit in the United States. And we
Oh,
serve
great.
for U.S.
Mm-hmm.
populations and the embassy employee only.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
That
And
wonderful.
the nurse, yeah, the job environment in the hospital, the bedside nursing care is very different. Different job environment, different job description.
Okay. I can see
Yeah,
it,
but
but
the thing that I realized that I gain a lot on my experience is the English proficiency
oh, that
skills.
is it. That is
Yeah,
it.
because when I was working in the hospital, in my hometown,
Mhm.
we do not have a chance to speak English. It's very, very
Uh-huh.
rare. Yeah, but
Yes, that's
in
true.
the U.S. Embassy, we use almost 100% English speaking to communicate with the patients.
That's wonderful. I just wonder about your
Hmm.
transition because not I would say like only maybe 1.5% people going to switch the career just like that. So I
Yes.
just want to if you have any hard time like adjustment to the new workplace, just from regular hospital to work inside the US embassy.
Yeah, it's pretty tough for the transitioning and try to make yourself to be familiar with the new environment and the new job uh, descriptions, job
Yes.
assignments. But
Mm-hmm.
I can say the past experience from MedSearch build up my confidence to step up
Mm-hmm.
to like move my professional levels up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. But thank you for
Yes,
sharing this with us.
experience is very
And
important. Yes,
yeah, it is. I mean, you've been working like have so many long year for experience with the nurse in regular hospital,
yes,
which means it's like very tough job anyway. But I will move
yes,
forward a little bit about how you start your career. And I know everyone, you have been applied for EB-3 unskilled before you move to work in the US embassy, in Thailand, right? And then, I just want to ask you about what inspired you to start thinking about, okay, I need to apply EB-3 unskilled to work in the US at that moment?
well, first of all, I had an American dreams to come to the US to work as a nurse.
Mm-hmm,
And it's not just American dream will drive my dream become success, but based on the knowledge, I had been studying a lot about how I can find the proper solution to come to the US to work as a
mm-hmm,
nurse.
mm-hmm,
Everybody have heard that by that time that the nursing job in America, it's wonderful. That's the
mm-hmm,
best nursing job in the world
mm-hmm,
is America.
mm-hmm,
And I had been studying. I find out about the agency informations.
mm-hmm,
I was studying about the visa category,
mm-hmm,
studying about the NCLEX,
mm-hmm.
studying about educational background verifications. How many
Okay.
organizations, how many agency has to be participating in
Mm-hmm.
just one petitions to be filing with the US CIS.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That
I
is a
had been
good first
studying
step.
about those information to start my um American dreams. You can have it. I had a dreams, but I
Yes.
still need the information to support my dream and the career path, the petition, the visa path
Uh-huh.
to become reality.
Yes. Some people that I taught be hiring H1B and EB3 skill nurse as well. In this past year, some people just give up because they cannot get information they need about visa
Yes.
category and also our processing time is the first thing that they give up. And
Yes.
then I see a lot of
Yes.
qualified nurse that who in another country have NCLEX certificate or have passed NCLEX
Hmm.
exam and also have English really good score in our PTE or IELTS or TOEFL, but they give up because there's timeline processing.
Yes.
What about your processing time at the time that when you start apply the EB-3 skill category for registered nurse?
Well, about the time processing or timeline until the visa petition has been approved, it can be either way, predictable or unpredictable as well.
So now we're gonna skip to talk about how did you EB-3 unskilled process takes, because it's some people here give up because they research it, and in that case they feel like EB-3 unskilled is quite really long process.
Yes, when we're talking about the processing time or the timeline until the visa petition has been approved, it can be either way predictable or unpredictable as well, because everybody has to have to understand about the visa bulletin. If it's not retrogression, I mean, if the current status, that's mean you can predict the timeline based on your priority dates of your visa petition. But if it's become backlog retrogression, that's the way, I mean, it's unpredictable about the timeline, because you literally knows it's going to be long waiting time, even though your priority dates, if it's within the backlog retrogression schedule on an EB-3 visa category, that means your waiting time is going to be longer than you expect. And we have to keep eye on that schedule every month, because they update monthly by the USCIS. But I understand people, they got frustrated when the visa bulletin schedule become on retrogression. But I would encourage that the same way the visa bulletin can be unpredictable as well. There can be a long waiting list for 2 months, and they can become current next month immediately. Who knows?
Skill or visa bulletin is take a
Yes.
little bit long this past few year since we have retrogression. So do you have anything to share about
Okay.
that?
So I would add up more information about the foundation, the fundamental of visa category EB-3. So we call it employment base for nurse. So you have to understand about the aspect before you apply the petition with your employer or sponsor. You have to understand that the first portion, you have to pass the NCLEX, and you have to get to know before you apply for NCLEX test. If you graduate outside the United States, you have to understand that you must do educational background verification. For me, I start from that point. It takes time. It takes time because I passed the NCLEX, so the third attempt. It takes time because you have to prepare yourself. You have to study before you sit for NCLEX. But before you will be eligible to sit for NCLEX test, like I said, if you graduated outside the United States, you must do background verifications with the agency, like in CGFNS, the agency to do that part, and they will give you eligible that, okay, your background, your educational background verification has been verified. And the next step, you have to apply with the Board of Nursing that you want to sit for NCLEX test. Yes. And then when you pass the NCLEX, you will step further with the agency part. And you have to study about the details of the agency, which one that you like, which one is provide the better benefit or the proper qualifications that you need, and you have to study that part. If you're confident with this agency, and then you apply, and the agency will ask you, where's your NCLEX? Did you pass the NCLEX yet or not? Yeah, and I will move further from agency to another part. Then we'll talk about that later.
I have been interviewed a lot of
Mm-hmm.
nurse candidate for a while, and now they start talking about the English exam, so which is PTE, IELTS, TOEFL, and um, to prepare for visa screen. One of the most question I got asking are, if we
Mm-hmm.
already have everything,
Yes.
visa screen, CES, PTE exam, and CLEX
Yes.
passer,
Mm-hmm.
what is the
Yes.
issue when they should do to
Mm-hmm.
prepare when before they go to interview? Because some people doesn't have
Mm-hmm.
really good solid foundation of English in terms of communication. Do you think this kind of problem of English will be a problem when you go to interview
Right.
for EB-3
Right.
skill as a registered nurse at US Embassy in Thailand or not? Because some people have to prepare about this really good. They're really concerned about it.
I don't think so. As long as you test the NCLEX, you file out the embassy, all the information that necessarily to submit with your visa petition with the DS 260 before you get an interview with the US. I mean, it's already been screened and verified. Yeah, like, and if you lack of the qualifications, it's just one or two, you won't be able to fall off with a visa appointment for interview. Yes, it's already been screened. So many doors definitely had to pass the screening from your employer, from the lawyer, from your employer office to file to the USCIS, and the USCIS has to verify and check all your verifications, your qualifications, your papers, civil documents, and everything before they transfer the case to National Visa Center, and National Visa Center office have to verify your package before they send to the U.S. Embassy. And once you get an interview at U.S. Embassy, I guarantee that's not easy because you're confident that you have everything and you're qualified to get a visa interview. And I don't think people have a hard time. I have never seen any of my nurses' friend who got refused the visa for nurse to come to the U.S. because the consular officer, they review your package before the interview date, of course. Hmm.
In that case, it means your consulate, US Embassy
Yes,
already have everything, all the
yes,
document, right?
yes, yes. You just have to declare your official documents, and you just have to declare. They just want to talk to you. How did you know about this agency? Did you know your job locations? When did you first start the application? How did you know this embassy? From where? Online, advertisement, whatever. They just want to discuss with you and like in general interview.
I going to skip to the part that you pass the interview and you move to
Yes.
the US. I know right
Yeah.
now you're working in hospital in Arizona as
Yes.
a nurse behavior, but I want to know that is that Arizona still the first
Yes.
hospital that you move and come to work at the first state?
No, the first hospital that I was working in Panhandle, Florida, is a medical hospital.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about your work experience at the hospital in Florida? Because I know that its
Yeah.
culture is
Yes, of
changing and
course.
a lot of things have
Yes,
changed
of
since you
course. So
start
the
working there.
hospital that I was working in Florida is a level 1 trauma hospital. It's a very big hospital in Panhandle. So I first landing and start my new job career in that hospital is a med surg. It's about 34 beds capacity in that floor. And I gained a lot of experience from there because the nursing technology and patients assignment and work environment is totally different than Thailand. But I apply my background medical nursing bedsides plus with a job in the embassy that I experienced through my new job career. And I think it support me a lot because I felt confident about my nursing experience at bedside, and I applied to my new bedside nursing. So the nursing job is not different at all. It's just a different environment, different people. And different language, and we have to study new thing every day.
We talk about environment and any issue
Um,
with the culture shock or patient that you care about at the
I don't
hospital.
think so. The thing is different because of the accents of the local people. Yeah, because when I was working in the embassy, I did not have a lot of experience to communicate with the U.S. embassy employee with the local accents. But the Panhandle, they have a lot of people who speak with the Midwest Southern accents. Yeah, like in Alabama. Yeah, Alabama, Texas, something like that. And I remember the first week I had been struggling with the listening skill because I got um shocked with the Southern accents, and I went to my nurse manager office and explained to them, I'm so sorry. I think I had been struggling with the listening skill because I'm not so familiar with the Southern accent. And they just laugh and they say, hey, Kate, I understand that's normal. It's gonna take time. Yeah. Yeah, but for the nursing job, I was so excited. I was so excited, and I totally love my job, and I gained a lot of nursing US experience from the first hospital that I was working. The coworker was amazing. The teamwork was amazing.
So, since I know
Yes.
you personally, I know that you have your fiance who was American citizen, but there are some people may thinking if you have NCLEX exam, you pass an NCLEX exam, and then you probably can work if you married American citizen
Hmm.
without having doing all kind of things like visa screen, test for CCS, or wait for Q visa bulletin. But I have talked to you one
Hmm.
time. We are talking about that, and I really love your answer at that time because you told me that it doesn't mean that you have NCLEX exam and you have green card and you should put that together and you can be able to find a job as a nurse in the US. So I really want you to expand that.
Yes or no. It's depend on your experience and your qualifications. Yeah, the thing is true about the part that you talked in the beginning that uh, if you get married and you come to the US with a marriage visa, you earn a green card from that type of visa. Of course, you can come here earlier. That's true. And the second part, about to get a job in the US, it's not depend on the green card. It's depend on your job experience. Like if you're coming to the US with the marriage visa, of course you earn a green card, even though you pass the NCLEX and you earn the US license. But I can say you probably lack of the US experience. I mean the nursing US experience. Because all the employer, when you first apply the job, the first questions that the HR would have asked you is, do you have how many years US experience did you have before you apply to, this position? Yeah, they require at least a year, 1 year of US experience. But all the nurses internationally coming to the US by the US agency, uh, the agency is the one who deal to get a job for us, not us to deal by ourselves. Yeah,
So I am
yeah,
one of agency as well. So it means that you give all the credit to the agency, right?
100%, of
I
course.
am really grateful that
Yeah.
we bring this subject up to our watcher or viewer right here because you know why? Because every time that I have new client, they will going to ask me just really like what you
Mm-hmm.
need, what
Yeah.
else you need when we
Yes.
get interview. But yeah, we more like need them to looking more information about the benefit that they get after they talk to the sponsor, after they have interview with the second time with the sponsor. So I want to make sure what the condition of the job is, what
Yeah.
the job description
Yes.
and
Hmm.
what the
That's true.
benefit of the contract, what the
True.
contract gonna be, something like that. That I want the candidate to have to take a look and look it up for themselves because that is what they live with when they become
Hmm.
to the US nerd work under EB-3 unskilled. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you bring that situation now because some different
Yes.
hospital in different states
Yes.
have a different culture working or even environment to work. So I want all the candidates to look it up that information as well. And if you have anything to share about that, please let us know as well because this is
Well,
important thing.
I think the culture is very important. Yeah, of course, because the patient's environment, the co-workers and work environment, everything is diversity in the US. Yeah. Yeah, it's totally different than Thailand or totally than some country who are like monocultural society. But America is a very multicultural society, and we have a lot of patients coming with different life background, different nationality, and different ethnicity, different beliefs, different background culturals. That's why before you first start the job at a nurse in the US, they have like a multicultural training and testing, and you have to understand the concept how to take care of the patients in multicultural society. It's very important because there's a lot of questions, a lot of discussions during your provide the nursing intervention and nursing care to the patients and family members are very sensitive, and you have to understand the concept how to handle the situation. Yeah.
And then another question is about how did you manage to adjustment when you first move in the US because I have experience somewhere like you work at a hospital, public hospital, and then later you adjust to move to work at the registered nurse at US Embassy, which is you use more different language, and also later once your green card approved, you move to the US with EB-3 skill registered nurse green card, and then it's kind of like different very very big transition right here. I just want to know what everyone deal with this.
Yeah. I would talk about the systemic factors. Like when you first started your life in the US, it can be either external factor and internal factor to make people feel struggling and would want to give up. For me, the mostly is the internal factor because you have to stay positive all the time when you experience some hard situation or tough situation to make you feel like, oh, I'm not sure if I could make it through. Like, for example, when you have a hard patient's assignment and you have a tough case assignment, you may be exhausted, you may be frustrated, and you don't know what to do. You don't know how to make your shift assignments to pass through, to get through that shift smoothly, and how you're gonna make your assignment to be safety smoothly, and there's no incident report has happened in your shift. And every day that you wake up, you're probably gonna feel, oh, I don't want to go to work today. I feel struggling. I feel depressed. I feel so hard to push myself to go to work. And the first few months, I felt that every day. But I had to think systemically, we call that, like a mentally strategy. Try to be positive. I was thinking, I felt that way because it was just the beginning, and the human mentally adaptation. We need to take at least 6 months to 1 year to be familiar with the new environment. It has been a big transitional period for me to stay positive all the time. Whenever you feel negative, you have to push it back with a negative thinking or with a positive thinking, sorry. And that's an internal factor. The external factor is like on weather, food, people, you know, area, whatever. I think it's not a big issues, but it can affect the internal factor. The internal factor is your mood, your feeling, your perspective. The external factor can affect to that. So the way that you will be figured out that issues, you have to analyze your internal factor all the time. Yeah. If you change your mindset, yeah, if you believe in yourself, you change your mindset and you study and you understand your feeling, that's the way you can cope with the external factor. Yes.
Thank you so much to join our YouTube live today. I think this is really grateful information that you're sharing with our viewer. And yeah, we really love your attitude. We think the points of view that how do you stay like without
Yes.
stress, or how do you get yourself through the state with all the adjustment from move from Thailand as a nurse to work in the US as a US nurse with EB-3 skill visa, and then with the process of everything, with the environment change, with the culture change, everything you deal with pretty well. And I see that you do a lot to help Thai people to understand this category of visa. And thank you so much for joining us in this video today. I really appreciate your help for today. Give us a lot of good information. We hope to see you again next week.
This video is sponsored by Justy Guide, AI agents to help your immigration process simple, faster, and accessible for everyone.